All right, everyone, let's jump right into it. I'm sure a lot of you have wondered this too, about what actually burns more calories, cardio or lifting weights.
Yeah, it's a question we get all the time.
Exactly. So that's what we're diving deep into today. We found some really cool insights on this from the fitness podcast, Fit Curious.
Right. They always have some interesting stuff.
Yeah. They're all about giving you the hard science behind workouts and, busting those fitness myths.
Definitely. And one of the things they talked about that I found super fascinating was this afterburn effect you get from lifting weights.
Afterburn, what is that?
So it's all about this thing called EPC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption.
Oh, okay.
Basically what happens is when you're lifting weights, you're actually creating these tiny little tears in your muscle fibers.
Oh, wow.
And then your body, after you've worked out, needs to use extra energy to repair and rebuild those fibers.
To make them stronger.
Exactly, yeah. So even when you're just chilling at home after a good lifting session, your body is still working hard, still burning calories to recover.
So wait, so even when I'm not at the gym, I'm still burning calories. That's amazing.
Yeah. And Fit Curious was saying that this afterburn effect can last for hours.
Get out.
I know, right? Sometimes even days after you work out.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about the calories you burn during your workout. It's it keeps going.
It's the long game,
Wow. That changes things.
It really does. And this whole afterburn thing kind of ties into another myth that Fit Curious talked about. The one about doing cardio on an empty stomach, burning more fat.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Right, it's a popular one. But they were explaining that, while you might tap into fat stores for energy when you haven't eaten, you could also end up, sacrificing muscle mass.
Wait, so working out on an empty stomach could backfire?
Yeah, a lot of people think that's the best way to burn fat.
I know so many people who swear by that,
It's a super common misconception. But Fit Curious pointed out that when your body is in that fasted state and it needs fuel, it might actually start breaking down muscle for energy.
Oh, no.
Right? And that can lower your metabolic rate in the long run, making it harder to lose fat.
So, is the takeaway here, should we ditch fasted cardio altogether?
Well, Fit Curious really emphasized that the key here is prioritizing overall calorie deficit for weight loss.
Burning more than you eat.
Exactly. That's way more important than the timing of your meals or workouts. Plus, working out when you haven't eaten can make you tired.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you might not perform as well.
Totally. You want to be able to push yourself, right?
For sure. Speaking of getting the most out of your workouts, Fit Curious also had some good tips for how to combine cardio and strength training for the best results.
Okay.
One thing that stood out to me was combining weight training with, those short, intense cardio sessions. Like HIIT.
HIIT.
High intensity interval training.
Right.
They said that's a really good combo for fat loss.
Yeah.
And for good reason.
Why?
Because HIIT, it involves switching between short bursts of really intense exercise, and then brief periods of rest or, active recovery.
Right.
So not only are you torching calories during the workout itself, but you're also elevating your heart rate.
Got it.
And Fit Curious highlighted that this leads to a big, metabolic boost that, you guessed it, keeps you burning calories even after you're done.
So it's a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly.
I see why HIIT is so popular these days.
For sure. And Fit Curious, they also debunked another myth that I think a lot of people believe. The idea that longer workouts are always better.
Oh, really? So spending hours on the treadmill, not the best.
Not necessarily. They said that shorter, more intense workouts can be way more efficient.
Wow. Okay. That is kind of counterintuitive.
It seems that way, right?
Yeah.
But, if you think about it, when you're pushing yourself really hard during those shorter bursts, you're maximizing the intensity, right? And that triggers that afterburn effect.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that brings us back to EPOC. The more intense your workout is, the greater the EPOC effect.
Right.
And the longer your body keeps burning calories, even after you're done.
Okay, so we've got weight training plus HIIT for fat loss, and we know that shorter, more intense workouts are better. What else did Fit Curious say?
Oh, they had a lot more. Well, they really emphasized variety.
Oh, variety, like in our workout.
Yeah, mixing things up.
Okay.
They said it's not just, about avoiding boredom.
Right.
It's about challenging your body in different ways.
Oh, okay.
Like to prevent overuse injuries and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm definitely guilty of getting stuck in a rut.
Yeah, me too.
But thinking about it like that, like preventing injuries and keeping my body guessing, makes me realize it's important.
It is. So Fit Curious recommended switching between, cardio days and strength training days.
Okay.
Making sure you're hitting all those different muscle groups,
Right.
keeping things fresh.
So it's like cross-training for your whole body.
Exactly.
It's not about being like just a cardio king or a weightlifting champ. It's about finding that balance, right?
Right. It all comes back to what we were saying before about choosing the right type of workout for your goals.
Right.
Like if you're mainly focused on your heart, health, and endurance, you might want to spend more time doing things like, running, biking.
Exactly, yeah, those kinds of things.
But if I'm trying to get those muscles and that strength, then weight training's got to be a big part of it, right?
That's what Fit Curious said. Yeah, they stress that it's not about like cardio versus weights.
Right.
It's about understanding the benefits of both.
Yeah.
And how they can work together.
I like that.
Right. And there was some overlap too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like hiking, rowing.
All that stuff.
That's all a blend of both.
Yeah.
Gives you a good challenge.
Totally. And Fit Curious, they said the main thing is to find activities you enjoy.
Right. It's got to be fun or you're not going to do it.
Exactly. If you're dreading your workouts, what's the point?
Totally. You got to look forward to it.
Right.
That's where the variety helps.
Right.
It keeps things interesting.
Keeps you motivated.
Yeah, for sure. It makes me wonder about something else Fit Curious mentioned.
Yeah. What's that?
Rest days.
Oh, yeah.
Do we really need to be completely inactive?
That's a good question.
Or can we, use that EPOC afterburn thing on our off days, too?
That's what Fit Curious was talking about.
Oh, really? Okay.
They had some really interesting stuff to say about active recovery.
Active recovery, what is that?
Okay, so first, they acknowledge that rest days are important.
Right.
Your muscles need time to recover.
Yeah, you can't go hard all the time.
Exactly. You got to give your body a break.
Yeah.
But they were saying rest doesn't have to mean like sitting on the couch all day.
Oh.
They were talking about this thing called active recovery, where you engage in some low impact activities.
Low impact, okay.
Yeah, things that get that blood flowing.
Right.
And you're gently challenging your muscles, but without putting too much stress on your body.
Oh, so like finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Between pushing it and chilling out.
Right.
Okay, so what kind of stuff are we talking about?
They mentioned things like gentle yoga, going for an easy bike ride, maybe a walk in the park, some light swimming.
Right. Stuff that gets you moving, but doesn't wipe you out.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see how that would be good, but how does it actually help with fitness progress?
Well, Fit Curious explained that when you do active recovery, it increases blood flow to your muscles, right?
Yeah.
And that can help reduce muscle soreness and stiffness.
Oh, that's a plus.
Right. It helps you bounce back faster from those tough workouts.
That's so true. I always feel so much better when I move a little on my rest days.
I know, me too.
It just helps with the stiffness.
Totally. And because you're still kind of engaging your muscles, even though it's low impact, you're keeping your metabolism up a little bit.
Oh, okay. So you're still getting some of that calorie burn.
Yeah. It's like a bonus.
It's like getting the best of both worlds.
Right. It's a win-win.
I like it.
But, Fit Curious did say to always listen to your body.
Oh, for sure.
If you're really tired or sore, it's okay to just take a full rest day.
Totally.
No activity at all.
Sometimes you just need a break.
Exactly. Active recovery is about, promoting recovery.
Yeah.
Staying active, but not pushing it too hard.
Finding that balance.
Right. Now, all this talk about exercise and burning calories makes me think about something else.
What's that?
Nutrition.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
We've been talking so much about the workouts themselves.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched on food.
It's a big part of it, though, right?
Huge. Fit Curious talked about that, too, about how to fuel your body for optimal performance and recovery.
Awesome. Let's talk about that. All right, so we're back. And before the break, we were talking about how important nutrition is.
Yeah. Can't forget about food.
Exactly.
Fit Curious made a really good point about how exercise and nutrition, they kind of go together.
They're both important.
Yeah. Like two pieces of the same puzzle.
Okay, so it's not enough to just kill it at the gym.
Right. You got to think about what you're putting into your body too.
Yeah, that makes sense. But there's so much information out there about food, like what to eat and what not to eat.
I know, right?
It's hard to know what's actually right.
It really is. But Fit Curious gave some good advice on this. They started by talking about protein.
Protein, okay.
They said it's super important for, building and repairing muscle tissue.
Oh, right, because when you're lifting weights, you're breaking down those muscles.
Exactly. And your body needs protein to build them back up, stronger than before.
Got it. So if you're lifting heavy, you need to make sure you're eating enough protein.
That's what they said, yeah. And it's not just for people who are super into lifting either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Protein helps you feel full, too, which is good for, managing cravings and stuff.
Oh, that's a good point, because when I'm hungry, I'm more likely to snack on, junk food.
Right.
Did they mention what kinds of protein are best?
They mentioned a bunch, like lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, lentils, tofu, and Greek yogurt.
Okay, those are all pretty easy to, find and cook with.
Yeah.
What else did they talk about?
They also emphasize complex carbs, especially before workouts.
Carbs? I thought those were bad.
That's what a lot of people think, but Fit Curious busted that myth.
Okay.
They said it's about the type of carbs.
Oh, okay.
They said to focus on complex carbs.
Like what?
Like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that.
Okay, so the good carbs.
Yeah, they give you energy that lasts, and they have all sorts of good nutrients.
Makes sense. So when should I eat these carbs?
Fit Curious said to eat them 1 to 3 hours before your workout.
So timing matters too.
It does, yeah. It's not just what you eat, it's when you eat it.
Right. Especially when you're thinking about fueling your workout. So what about after a workout?
Oh yeah, they said it's super important to replenish your energy after you've been working hard.
Okay.
They said the best thing to do is eat a combo of protein and carbs.
Okay, so like a snack or a meal that has both.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, they explained that this combo, it helps replenish your glycogen stores.
Glycogen, is that like the energy in your muscles?
Yeah, exactly. And it helps those muscles recover after a tough workout.
Right, because they need that fuel to repair and rebuild.
Exactly.
Did Fit Curious have any suggestions for specific foods?
Oh yeah, they had some good ideas like a smoothie with protein powder, fruit, and spinach.
Okay, that sounds good.
Or Greek yogurt with berries and honey. Maybe a turkey sandwich on whole grain bread.
Oh, those are all pretty easy.
Right.
I can definitely do those.
Awesome. And remember, Fit Curious did say that these are just guidelines,
Right.
The best thing to do is talk to a dietitian or nutritionist.
To get personalized advice, yeah.
Exactly. Because what works for one person might not work for another.
That's true. It's important to find what works for you.
Exactly. And remember, fitness is a journey, not a race.
Yeah, you're right. It's about making those healthy changes that you can stick with.
Exactly.
Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything from our deep dive into cardio versus weights.
Yeah, we learned a lot from that Fit Curious episode.
We did. We talked about EPOC and the benefits of intensity and variety in our workouts, active recovery, proper nutrition, all kinds of stuff.
We got all the tools to get fit and reach our goals.
Yeah, and remember, it's not about picking sides like cardio or weights.
Right, it's about finding that balance that works for you.
Exactly. And listening to your body, eating good food, finding workouts that you actually enjoy.
Yeah, that's the key.
Well, that's a wrap for this deep dive, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you in the next one.